All right, so let's get it started here. As far as the MDT, everybody knows how to pull out the MDT. Hopefully, if not, it's F5 or K, whichever one you prefer. There's two different binds. Feel free to remove one. Personally, I have it on K, but then I get in the car and it opens everything. So, interesting.
Can we put a timer on these dispatches in the MDT?
Yes, I can. Alright, obviously, perfect. Dispatches, new dispatch system. You can view in the tab by flexing G. It takes you right to it. You can see where it's at on the map. You can respond to it, which sets your blip marker. You can J to expand it, or O to dismiss it. But I digress. Back into the MDT. Inside the MDT, you should have a police app on the tablet. On your homepage, homepage is going to show you recent reports. You can search for a report. Obviously, there's only one, so it's not going to search, but if there was multiple, you can find it here. Same thing with warrants. You can also quick add from here. So if you wanted to quickly add a report, you just hit here, takes you right into it. And then let me pull up those notes, Calico, because you had this broke down on sections, right?
Yep.
All right, points to cover, yeah. So these are just like the quick points. These are quick ads. These are quick ways to get to it. Changing your call sign, simply click on the top, the blue, and you can set your call sign there, and you can see upon re-entering this, it should change, but it didn't. 1, 2. Of course not. Of course it's not going to change. Just my luck. Anyways, that's how you would change your call sign, though. You can also change your avatar if you have photos. I don't have any photos, but there you go. Basic MDTs, everything is on the left side. This does collapse down. If you hover your mouse cursor out of the way, you see the transparency. So you can still see a suspect while you're looking. Dispatches is the new system we're going to. Dispatches will show you all your calls, any alarms that are triggered, as well as your officer positions. Hopefully you can kind of see those blips adding. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Alright, cool. K9, profile. Profile is going to be where you search for your database of players. So if I type in somebody like Adam, you can see that we have one Adam Walker. Inside of here, you'll see his basic rundown of his profile, birth date, phone number, gender, job, name, and then it also displays the business under that name as well. Vehicles, you can quickly see all the vehicles that that person owns. They appear here. If you click on them, it actually takes you directly to it.
That's not the one. That's a business they work at, not necessarily what they own.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's their job, whatever job that they have at the moment. Vehicles, like I said, will quickly take you to the vehicles. Show you the owner, color, plate number, model. If it's been involved in a case before, it will be right here. You can also edit this, add notes. Same thing down here. Any weapons, properties, tags, reports, or cases associated with this person will display here.
Their network.
Yeah, transit through network, transit next. Well, yeah.
Simply editing it, you can add certain things. I can add tags. Tags can be any of these. These are custom ones, so I can also create a tag.
What do you need to pick up?
Dog food, fish detergent.
Sorry. So yeah, you can create a tag simply by doing this. Hit next. You can give it a color. We can say that we want a yellow. There it is, testing. You can also just click to remove. Same thing with licenses. You can see it has an ID, a driver's license, and a weapon license. If you want to revoke something, you simply click, revoke, gone.
So the tags can be great for say if someone is known to shoot at cops or someone is known to run. You can make a tag for all that. Yeah, it's so it's always going to pop on their profile when they're being looked up.
Right, exactly. And sometimes you need that for if they have special medical conditions that may impair them in a stop. So yeah, you can use those tags for that as well.
For the weapons, if you issue a weapons license and then they go purchase a weapon, they should bring it back and be registered, right? Or
Yes.
if it's also, if you arrest them for felony charge, you obviously take that weapon and then do you still register that weapon since it's going to be an evidence it's no longer going to be used?
It would still be registered in the system, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, once it's registered, I don't see any reason to revoke a registered weapon.
I guess what I'm asking, if they get a felony charge against them, do they lose their weapons license?
Yes.
Yes. But we don't necessarily, and unless it's going to change, but as far as I know, we're not actually going to be registering weapons for people. I mean, unless they actually just want to bring them and have them registered.
Okay.
We're not going to demand that they do that.
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions on profiles?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. It keeps your history up too. I know this is a common thing some people get confused on. All you have to do, clear your history. Nobody. Actually, let me go back to your profile just so I can show this better. I want this plate number. Let's do this. 781 EP. Vehicles. If you want to search a vehicle, you can simply type in the numbers. You'll find the car. You'll see any notes, tags, owners. Any questions there? You can also add tags to this as well. It's associated with any cases, it's here. If there's any notes, they go here. Any questions? Nope. Cool.
Back to the profiles.
Yep.
When you're issuing a weapons license, make sure you put in the notes that weapons license was issued by what your call sign is, your name, and on which date. That way, if it ever comes up in question, then we'll be able to look in the notes and be able to see who issued that weapons license when. Also, that's where I also put my notes for if they were ever given a warning on like a traffic stop or something to that effect.
Yeah, just like such.
Yep, I would probably put in there somewhere that it was a weapons license.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions on the profiles and the vehicles? Nope. Carrying on. Properties. Properties at this current moment does not function due to us switching the housing. But if a player did own a house in future, you'll be able to pull up the property here. So we'll kind of go over that a little bit later. Same thing with weapons. If I in my pockets here, I can copy a serial number. And then obviously it's not going to pull anything up, but eventually weapons, you'll be able to pull it by the serial. Reports. Davis has done a pretty fine job of giving us a nice template. So there's one, but if you create one, you do start with a bit of a basic, like run-of-the-mill template. Types, you have several types as far as the type of report it is. And then if for any reason there's something that's not here, please let us know, or there is the other option. Tags, you can add different tags. You can say on the run, if they got away. Weapons involved. Obviously, eventually you'll be able to add weapons. Adding photos is pretty simple. My camera's a little busted, sorry, but I don't know why it does this. Mine's just busted and everybody else's works fine. But you can add photos. Officers involved, that's obviously you guys. Civilians involved, you can enter their information here. When you get down to the criminal involved, and they're all color coded, so blue is your officer, green is your civilian, red is going to be your suspect. Any questions on this?
How did you do that picture?
You go to gallery, and then you just hit add.
Okay, that's not bringing up a thing for me to take a picture.
It's not. Do you have any photos taken?
No.
Yeah, you would have to have a photo taken first.
Okay, and you
Yeah.
do it with this or your phone?
So eventually, yeah, you'll be able to pull up pictures from your phone. But for right now, you can take them with the tablet.
Oh, okay.
So right now, any pictures you take on scene need to be taken with your tablet.
Okay.
Yep. Eventually, in the next update of the tablet, your phone is going to be one-to-one with your tablet. So anything you do on your phone, text, anything like that, and transfer over to the tablet.
Okay. Where do you find? How do you take the pictures with the phone, with the tablet though?
If you open the tablet, right down here on the bottom bar, there's your camera.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
gotcha. I was still on the police side of things.
Yep. Yeah, you'll have to like exit out of that and go to your camera.
All right, that makes sense.
Yep. Any other questions on the reports?
Just so y'all know that the reports are like, they're just reports, like investigative reports or something to that effect. Whereas charging somebody is not going to go through a report, that'll be through cases.
Yep. Which brings us to our next one, cases. New cases, they kind of work similar to the reports. You have the same kind of sidebar here, same kind of tag, but you can also add in your evidence, which is just your photos. And I will add it to where you guys will be able to pull photos from URLs. So that way you're not having to if somebody else took the photo, you can then add it here, if that makes sense. Weapons involved things, same thing. Vehicles involved, if you have a vehicle plate, you can put it here. Officers involved, once again, just simple search to find the officer's name. The only difference here is once you get down to the criminal, we can say James Smoke. Once you've added that criminal, you'll have this new drop down. This is going to be where you add your charges. You would simply add a charge. There is a plethora of charges in the system. If for some reason you find something that is not available, then you can simply add it yourself. Well, command can add it for you, I should say. Because you guys won't actually be able to add the charges. But anyone with the proper ranking can add a offense. So if you want to add something to cyber crimes, you simply add an offense, you give it a title. Give it a description. You can proceed. Recommended jail time, we can say 5 months. We can add a fine amount. Is it a misdemeanor, felony, infraction? There it is. There is your new charge. You can see it pulls all that information here. You can reduce fines and reduce sentences simply by going through and entering in the information here. Any questions on adding charges, looking at the charges? Any questions?
Where do you find the charges at?
So there's 2 ways. Once you have your criminal involved, you can click add charge.
Oh, so you gotta fill all that stuff out first.
Yep. Another way, if you're just looking for an offense, you can just go down here to offenses on the left side of the tablet, and this will show you all of them.
Alright. And then if you have case open, you can just hit.
Hit on the criminal.
I got you.
Yeah, so if I have a criminal and the thing, I hit add charges, and there's all the charges. And when I click it, it adds it to the report. And it does stack, so if I can go there, I can add another one. I can add another one.
Are we stacking though or no?
That'll be a question up to Davis and Campbell.
No, we don't stack charges.
Okay.
Not the same charge.
Right. Okay.
Let's say they kidnapped one cop. You're not saying you can't charge them for kidnapping 2 cops if they kidnap 2 cops. It's still kidnapping 1 cop.
I got you. That's what I just wanted to check on that.
Yep.
I wouldn't have. I didn't want to not do it. If it was
Just like the same thing as they ran 1 red light, you can't charge them with running 2 red lights.
Right. If you like, it gives you a recommended fine and recommended sentences. It is up to your discretion. So you can set the fine amount to be different and the sentence to be different. And then simply saving it will create that new case. Obviously, make sure you're filling out your notes, your descriptions properly. The date of opening. Who it was filled by. Was there any other questions on cases?
no good.
Oh, evidence, you can also open the stash. That is something too. So once you have a case open, you can open your stash and you can put in items. And it does give it a evidence case number up in the top. And simply closing it, we'll save it to the case.
Boy,
Any questions on that?
No.
And once again, that stuff does stay. So just so y'all know. Warrants. Obviously, there is a warrant thing that Chief has gone through and actually set up for you. It is in the Los Santos Police Department resources channel. It is a PDF, so I don't know if we're going to be using that strictly or what the plan is on that. Campbell, feel free to voice your thing there.
So that'll be like if they want a warrant, but we don't have a judge. So it'd be like one of those that you would ask for if they got away. If you have all the evidence and you know that's who it was and you got fingerprint, everything, you can fill out that other form, because here on the MDT, it don't allow us, like when it's active, it says everybody, oh yeah, you can just do it. So what we wanted to make sure was like that it was an approved warrant first before we put it in the warrants on the MDT. Because then anything on the MDT can be served.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, any questions on the warrants? Take that as a note. Obviously, offenses. This is every kind of offense, and it's broke down by category: violent crimes, weapon-related offenses, white-collar crimes, traffic violations, public order offenses, property crimes, miscellaneous, environmental, drug-related, and cyber crimes. Any questions on those?
What's a cybercrime?
Cyber crimes, hacking. So anytime somebody, hacking, online harassments, phishing, unauthorized access to computer systems, that sort of thing. It's a bit different than most cities. Most cities don't usually do cyber crimes. But obviously, I feel like if I cracked into the bank system, and even though I didn't rob the bank necessarily, you can also hit me with a hacking or unauthorized access to a computer system. Employees shows you every employee that's in the MDT currently. It shows you their rank, where they sit, as well as their phone number. So if you need their phone number for any reason, you can simply add it, successfully copies it to your clipboard. You can then go into your phone, go into the keypad, and you should be able to paste it. Now, how you paste it, it's just by adding the contacts. Oh, there you go. And I don't even remember who I grabbed, but yes. You can copy phone numbers to clipboards. Any questions on the employee list? It also does show you the call sign if it is set.
I've got a question. I'm sorry I had to step away.
Yep.
Back to your cyber crimes thing. If we arrest somebody that was in a bank heist, can you also charge them with something on that cyber crime list?
Unauthorized access to computer systems or hacking would be my guess.
Because I don't know anything about what it takes to do that, so I didn't know if that, and also like they're fleeing and eluding and all that stuff and robbery and whatnot. I didn't know if that was also something we should charge them with as well.
Right, so they would have to do the hacking or, have unauthorized access to the computer systems to get in there. Because they have to, electronically unlock all the doors.
Yep.
And
Gotcha.
then if they run from you, then there's fleeing and eluding. And then
But here's the thing. Before you could charge them with unauthorized access to computer systems or hacking, they're going to have stuff on their person when you search them to be able to access that type of stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Just because somebody was at a bank robbery doesn't mean you could charge them with that.
Right, yeah, makes sense.
Employee list, once again, any questions there?
Nope.
All right, chat. Chat is something that you can create, chat room. I can create one. I can say that it's public or private. I say private. I can then manage and invite people to it. So I can add like Matt Campbell, and an invitation will be sent to him. And then from there, we can talk about things privately, or we can actually create this and set it to public. Or I can kick people, set an avatar, it doesn't matter. There's a few things. You can also upload photos, you can send messages, so on and so forth. Any questions about the chat? I don't know if we have any real use for it yet, but and you can tell Matt has sent me a message back, so it is just a way of texting without having to use the phone if you're already in the MDT.
Man, it'd be an easy way to get a hold of each other if you didn't have.
Right, absolutely.
I was just getting ready to ask, does a notification come up if your tablet is not up that you were invited to a chat?
We can test it. Don't close your tablet. Let me invite you. What was your name? Sorry, I don't have you pulled Discord pulled
Matt
up.
Wolf.
Matt Wolf. Should get a notification. If not, it'll be on the home screen of your Like, as soon as you pull up the tablet, it should be right in, like, notification center. Did you get that?
For some reason, I don't even have the police app anymore.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't even have the police app on my tablet.
what rank are you?
Lieutenant. There
Alright.
it is.
There it should be. Manage invites. Matt Wolf. Oh, you may already have an invite to it.
See. Where would I find the invite? It hasn't come up.
So I didn't even see the invite. As soon as you hit chat, it
Yeah.
should be over here on your left. It'll just say that you're there. It didn't even ask me. It just put me in there.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yep,
Yep,
there you go.
there you
And
go.
it does show you the messages.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any questions about chat? Nope. Carrying on. Jail. Jail is finally working. As far as jail, it'll show you everybody that's been jailed from us before. I can obviously pull up James, and it'll just limit the name. Is he still in the Discord? James, are you still here? You are.
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't know my mic was on when I was talking.
Well, James, we'll come over to the front. I'll kind of demonstrate the gelling. So gelling through the MDT. It's fairly simple. If I want to gel somebody, I can see people that are in there. Remaining time unknown means that they've already served their time. If I add somebody new,
John.
yep, John Smith, it'll ask me how many months. Obviously, it does give you a brief description in minutes, which I'm sure if you've RP'd for any amount of time, you've already figured this out. If I give 5 months, I can give a reason. I'll just throw in a W1. It'll ask next. Link with an incident. If there is an incident, you can hit them with that, and it will jail them. And as you can see, Mr. John is no longer here. You can also jail without an incident. I would recommend you jail with an incident. Once somebody is jailed, you can see their remaining time, the date and time of which the jail was sent, and who they were jailed by. Simply going in, you can go into the jailing, you can link a case, and it will appear here. And also it breaks it down as far as time remaining. From here, you can also unjail them. Proceed. And that just simply unjails them. And it does get rid of the report here if you unjail them without them actually serving time. Don't worry though, as High Command, we can see the removal and everything that is done through the MDT here. Any questions on jailing?
Always, if you can, always try to put the in the description when you jail somebody. Try to put in the case number, just in case like a linked case doesn't work.
Okay.
Just make sure you put in like your case number, like case ID 2, case 3, case 4. Yeah.
Any other questions about the jailing? No? Alright. Any further questions on the MDT? Any concerns, questions? Things you'd like to see?
when you go to do the like you say you have a case, when do they get defined? Does it take it out automatically? Do you have to send them a defined amount on your phone? How is that?
Yeah. So the fine amount is not linked to the MDT. It is in the phone.
So okay, even though you have the fine in the MDT, you got to take your phone out and bill them through the LSPD.
Yep, correct. Because it does not send the fine through the MDT yet.
Yeah.
That is coming. That is on their backlog, so we expect that very soon. But yeah, to bill through the phone, if I want to bill a fine, send a new invoice. Who's the sender? Who's the recipient? The amount, and payments.
Just make sure that you change the sender to the LSPD.
Correct.
Yes.
And I'll have to set that for everyone to be able to use. Any questions on fines?
Nope.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Go over?
I think that pretty much covers it. Does anyone have any questions overall or anything that you were wondering about?
Good.
I guess just like, is there gonna be like CCTVs and fingerprints and stuff that we're gonna be able to lift and whatnot?
They are coming, yes.